Okay. Thank God.
Or preserved. Back you up and put you in the truck. Tag on that right.
I begin to think I'm computer illiterate. Worked with them all my flipping life, and I always have problems getting this thing to work.
It's just half,
Always.
it's just half working.
Well, I did finally find out that if you unplug this thing and plug it back in, all of a sudden the keyboard and mouse will work.
I think we did the same to the owl one time.
I know.
I just plugged it back in and it's like.
I know. It drives me crazy.
I get the most work done when I just unplug mine altogether.
Yeah.
Put my phone on vibrate and hope I never hear it.
We have to log into our phones now, so if I just don't log into my phone, it doesn't ring. No.
You have to log into your phone?
We have Teams phones now. Look.
Ew.
There's glasses.
Your guest phone? You have to
Yeah.
log in?
Yeah.
Oh.
Item
Oh, so somebody can't use
C.
it unauthorized phone usage?
No, you gotta be logged into the computer.
Item C is being tabled
It's
because she's at the hospital with her brother,
Oh, okay.
so. And I picked up all kinds of information for it. Lisa didn't want me to hand it out till the meeting.
It's all about how we can't put those sorts of signs up.
Basically,
She was kind of offering to provide.
here, I'll give you a preview.
You know, if they wanted to.
That's all the information I
if
looked
they
up
wanted to
on it.
Stick them to their mailbox post or something, I wouldn't have any problem.
And that's what people, most of them do. And I see these things all over.
And
the
you're
place.
more
Like
than
all
welcome
being
to
across
do-
the-
Yeah, I've seen that one on, Victor. Thought about taking that one down a couple times, but
Well, Lisa argued with her for a while and explained why they couldn't do it, and she got so hateful, she's like, okay, fine, take it to traffic commission. Take it to
Lady.
traffic commission and let them decide.
our office and getting into a stormwater.
Oh, she did that too?
Sailor,
About same thing,
Bad language problem.
the same thing?
No, about her pension fund thing.
Oh, well, she'll be the same way over the horse thing. That's why I looked up all the laws so that you guys can make an educated decision.
I'm glad it's being tabled.
So,
I just don't want, it's too nice of a day to have a contentious meeting.
yeah, but if you want to go ahead and take it home,
Okay.
There's a couple with horses on them.
yeah,
Possibilities, they just don't have words, do
yeah, they do. The ordinances are attached.
they? Oh.
They're not, we don't have an ordinance, but the rules are attached. They're
So-
for low volume
So
roads
the issue
and,
is that she wants signs, but
yes,
she wants
she
these
wants
signs
those signs.
and
And
not
those
what's
are,
approved.
that's right. Those are the kind of signs you would see, in the national forest. Under, because they have different rules, the
Mhm.
unit guide.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, that's why I looked up all this info. It's like, I doubt you guys, we never have this. I doubt you guys know it.
Isn't there like a horse watch for horse and buggy sign or something?
Yes.
out on-
And
Was
it's,
that
that's,
approved or was that
yes,
somebody
it was
just put
approved
that up?
here.
Put up?
And I made a copy of that too.
Okay.
It was from the minutes in 2017 where we put horse and buggy signs up on
Mhm.
Rockport, Duval and Koontz.
I don't think they're.
Yeah, but it's a different rule because it's down in, section 2C49.
Well, I just wondered if it had come, something that came through this or if somebody just
Yep.
put them up on their own.
Nope, it came through this.
I don't think those horses, I need signed up.
Well, they should have been.
I thought I'd seen them
They are.
because I don't think I was on the commission when,
It's back in 2017. They should have been put up.
was I in that?
I don't know. I didn't record that part.
I don't think I was.
I don't think so.
commission yet.
I don't think so. Well, I feel like you've only been here 2 or 3 years.
It feels like that, but it was pre-COVID and
Where's,
Was it
that's been 4
pre-COVID?
years, so,
Bardine?
yeah.
Where's Snooty?
Wow,
Yeah, I
time
know,
freaking
right?
flies. I would have rather not known that.
COVID was a time suck. It doesn't make it feel like, I mean, that
It
was 4 years ago.
was. I know.
Location.
Wow.
I think I'm on my third appointment.
Okay. That's right. I think you're right. 2, 4, 6 years. Wow.
Until I made an impression on you.
Well, no, time just flies. It goes by way faster. I'm always shocked when if I think back and I actually think the year. It's like- Yeah, I'm glad that one's being tabled too.
I made the motion to approve the horse and buggy signs.
Evidently, it was in the 2017.
Okay. Oh, good grief.
Don't even remember, huh?
Request for horse and buggy signs. I'm just here to put somebody on.
It was
Do
in the
you
minutes.
have an extra for me?
They're not there yet.
So you want me to
Didn't
print you
even
one
bring a
every time?
packet.
I don't
seen a
have a
single horse and
printer.
buggy yet.
Yeah, that's why I do that.
That
Like I
might
said,
be,
Coordinated.
that's
that
what I
might be
used to
a
do.
issue for the people. I think we're gonna have to deduct some money for.
Oh,
What,
I
like,
had to do
just,
the same thing for
what, just
Scott.
like, give me
One.
20?
Parked in the handicap spot and she's not handicapped.
But I have a sticker,
Doesn't matter. And two,
not
we're
for
having to
me.
print her agendas for her.
We always had to for Scott too. It's just that position.
That's Julie's brand.
Whose friend?
Julie.
Julie.
I know
Your
Julie.
commissioner,
Oh,
I know Julie. We go out and stuff.
Julie doesn't go out.
remember how irate he was? He had to fill out paperwork. Oh,
Wow, we were starting to really get scared.
Well,
You were golfing, weren't you?
18 holes is a little too long.
Where were you?
Rolling Meadows.
I was there.
Today?
Yes,
you-
this morning.
More?
And,
Yep.
Laura.
Our meetings last 15 minutes, they're last.
I was
3 hours.
looking because I thought, I bet Joe's out here somewhere.
I did not get a.
Oh.
I'll go print one.
Go
Joe,
ahead.
You didn't get one at
It
all?
doesn't
Didn't
matter,
show
we'll
up
do
in the mail?
anything.
Did not show up.
please don't quit.
He's a founding member.
That's right.
Been around since there was traffic.
Yeah, ever since the first car.
From the.
He came out of the horse and buggy days.
Yes.
For those signs.
Wow.
This Laura's here.
I didn't see you until I was here.
Yeah, I didn't know you was there.
How are you?
Hey, Chief.
Good.
As far as I know, unless somebody tells me different.
I'm just
We'll be
joking.
discussing that.
How's things at IU?
There is
Not
no
been-
discussion.
not been
It is
a-
actually-
It's not been a good week.
No, it has not
They're
been a
in-
good week.
Turmoil is, as always, they're always in turmoil these
We
days.
got no confidence in the press, we just have.
No
to think bad
confidence.
stuff happen.
Faculty's mad at the president and everybody.
Right, students are on strike. Oh, it's gonna have to be mine.
Yeah.
In trouble above and below.
Yeah.
On the top of the food chain, it's hard to go. No, you're at the bottom.
That's why I don't work in the academic side of
No.
things.
No, I was always glad I didn't.
I
either.
know.
It's been a costly.
Yeah.
year for me.
Always been.
Big stuff. We had a good time with it. Take all the references. But you know what?
Hey, Toby.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I've done body work for it. You know, cover up rough holes and things. That stuff will stay on 2-3 years. It'll be great. Yeah.
We sure had some pretty days this week. My goodness.
Not a locate problem.
I think it changes tonight though, or something.
Does it?
I think it says
It's supposed to get cooler this weekend.
rain tonight, the cold front coming through.
That'll probably be a good thing for a little while.
Thank you, Ginger. Thank you.
And then item C is going to be tabled. She cannot be here.
Oh, this one?
Okay.
This pink doesn't work. Give me another one, Ginger. How are we?
Okay, he's ruined again. Like that.
I didn't.
Here's one. In case that one don't work.
Yeah. Well, who we have joining us up here? Ginger, you know?
I think he's the first time.
Here you go. Yeah, Josh is with the 5K, item 1,
Okay.
and Roxanne is with TSD.
All right, I'm gonna call this meeting to order for the Traffic Commission, April 18th, 2024. Next item is the approval of minutes for the March 21 meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minute.
Second.
Any questions or corrections or anything to the minutes? All in favor, raise your hand. Opposed?
I wasn't here, so.
Thing.
Then we'll go to new business. The first item is the dash for Shelter 5K. And we do have a Josh Drake is joining us here.
Who's with this?
I'm actually here for one of the Snotty Road
Oh,
requests.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry. All right.
that's my fault.
So there's nobody here for the 5K.
Evidently not. I invited him.
All right, it's item or page 5 in your packets. Anything here, Paul, we need to know about?
Yeah, more.
I think we just suggested that they, instead of crossing the railroad track and Gifford Road going farther north, it's trail will be constructed this year and it will be available for their running in December, which goes pretty much straight east towards, Curry and Constitution. So that was our recommendation, and I think
They were fine with it.
okay with that. So
Mm-hmm.
now it's up to us to make sure we build the trail on time.
We have the insurance papers. They're all okay, I guess.
Yep, they're there.
Commissioners and the highway department are both named. Any questions about this? Well, let's have a motion in that case.
What was the date, Paul?
Not until December 7th.
Is this the first time?
No, I know we had them last year. I think last year might have been the first time.
Did we have any reports of any issues or anything?
None that I found.
Any motions?
Motion to approve
With the revised draft.
with the revised draft. Stay, we, here they accept.
Yep. I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve with the revised route and a second. Any further questions?
Let's do the A's and nays.
What?
Let's do the yes and no's, A's and nays, instead of the raise a hand.
Oh, you'd rather have those? Okay. Oh, okay. All those in favor say yay.
Her eye.
Aye. Yay.
Or yay aye.
Aye.
And those opposed say nay, no. Okay, passed. Now we're gonna go to item B, which is the Snotty Road. We have several requests. If you look at page 13 and beyond,
This, from one person or
From people and myself,
two people in your stuff?
correct.
there's a stop sign request for the intersection of Snotty Road and Bluebird Lane. There's a hidden driveway sign request for 3858 Snotty Road. There's a speed limit reduction from 35 to 30. Those are all recommendations, or not recommendations, requests, I mean.
West.
Okay, let's hear from Josh Drake first, and then we'll get Paul's report.
Hi, everyone. My name's Josh Drake. I live at 3775 East Bluebird Lane. So at the end of Bluebird Lane on the cul-de-sac. My request is for, I put in the traffic commission request I made is for a stop sign. I do think that a stop sign is warranted at that intersection. However, my primary concern is that left-hand turn, if you are traveling southbound on Snotty and you're making a left onto Bluebird Lane, that intersection is at the crest of a hill. And the crest of the hill is slightly south of the turning point for the intersection. And so visibility to oncoming traffic, northbound traffic on Snotty is extremely poor, especially if you're in a sedan or a lower vehicle. And so you have to actually go slightly past the turning point before you can see that the road is clear to make your left-hand turn. And while I think there's a danger of a collision because of poor visibility, my main concern is that because of the increased amount of traffic and the high rate of speed of the northbound and southbound traffic on Snotty, when you turn left, I've been living here for 5 years. Many times, at least half a dozen times, I've had the person behind me lock up their brakes to not rear end me. And I have pulled traffic incidents from this intersection that I could find online and found that there's a number of single car accidents, which are essentially vehicle has gone off the road to avoid a collision at this intersection. And so my recommendation, I'd like you to consider to add a stop sign, a three-way stop there. However, if it's possible to, and this is probably not possible, but to regrade the road so that the visibility, the crest of that hill could be dropped slightly so that you can see before the turning point, that would also be highly valuable. I have some photos which I've taken more recently, which I wasn't able to upload, but I could send them to you if you'd like to see those.
Thank you, Josh. I know Paul's gone out and extensively measured and looked and spent a lot of time on this. So Paul, why don't you give us your report?
Okay, yeah, we did get the request from Mr. Drake about the intersection there at Bluebird, but we also, the request came from, Mr. Mars for got sight distance, challenges there at his driveway at 3558 Snotty. And he states that the southbound traffic has no visibility over the crest of the hill near his driveway. And motorists traveling faster than 35 are difficult to detect and makes for pretty close calls there at his driveway.
It's in, the traffic can't see his driveway?
He cannot see southbound traffic from his driveway until they're top of the hill there. So
Is there a different location for his driveway?
most likely not, so might be able to shift it to an adjoining property, but I'm not sure it would solve the entire problem he's got. So I went out and we with the assistance of Ben, we measured the stopping sight distance at Bluebird Lane and the stopping sight distance at the driveway at 3558. And there's also 3 other locations that have sight distance challenges. We found that the Bluebird Lane and 3558, the Hillcrest there has got a stopping sight distance good for 25 miles an hour, about 155 feet stopping sight distance. I mean, it's good for, you know, if there's something on the road or stopping sight distance is calculated for an object 2 feet high being detected by a vehicle following, and you measure, or Ben and I, we measured at a distance of 155 feet to see if it would qualify for that sight distance, and we found that those 2 locations would be should have an advisory speed of 25 miles an hour for both locations. All right, let's see. Side road warning signs exist at the Bluebird Lane intersection approaches. Let's see what else we got. Traffic volume on Snotty is about 1,970 vehicles per day. Bluebird Lane has 350 vehicles per day. The speed limit on Snotty Road is currently 35 miles an hour. Other speed limits in the area, Harold Road is 30, Rogers Road 35, and Roar Road is 35. In terms of crashes, there's 1 crash at the intersection at Bluebird in 2021 where a southbound left turning vehicle did not yield to a northbound through vehicle. And also a crash occurred in 2022 where a northbound vehicle crested the hill and ran off into the ditch to avoid a stopped trash truck. There have been 7 other crashes on Snotty Road from 2020 to 2023. 3 crashes were at the Rogers Road intersection. 2 of these involved a single vehicle running off and hitting the gutter wires. It seemed to be a popular target. And then there was 1 deer collision, side swipe collision, an off-road crash, and a southbound right angle collision at a driveway 1,100 feet north of Roar Road, which is about where the 3558 driveway is located. So there have definitely been a single crash or 1 crash at both locations that we checked out for sight distance. So my recommendation to install cross traffic does not stop sign for Bluebird Lane, and then installing hill blocks view warning signs for both directions on Bluebird Lane, at Bluebird Lane, and hill blocks view sign for the southbound direction at the driveway, at the approach to the driveways at 3558. And then adding advisory speed plaques to those locations for 25 mile an hour. And then because of the vertical curves and sight distance challenges on Snotty, I recommend reducing the speed of Snotty Road from 35 to 30 miles an hour. And always stop control at Bluebird Lane is not recommended at this time. That's all I had.
You think it might be more at Bluebird Lane, the always stop would be more dangerous than what they've got right now, you think?
Oh, I definitely think it would be. It would be
I don't even think it would be
the
warranted.
volumes.
Well, right.
Yeah.
Even if it
volumes
was
wouldn't
warranted.
warrant it. And of course, crash history doesn't warrant it. And it would be, an inconvenience for the through traffic, of course, to be stopping for the, lower volumes of lane. But I think if we could lower the speed limit, add the hill blocks view signs, show the advisory speed at 25, I think we can reduce the, the potential conflicts there at that intersection. You get the same thing accomplished.
Comments?
So could we, so if they're, it's quite apparent that they're not driving the speed limit of 35. So lowering it to 30. And see that I don't think it's gonna change anything. But if we add that 25 mile per hour, can we just see if that assists in the issue instead of doing the whole road? Because we don't have a crash, we don't really have crash data that it's the side distance and it's people speeding already. Oh, I'm just thinking, wow.
Yeah.
It's, I mean,
When you,
it's
when you
really,
do the side distance measurement at 25, doesn't meet the on,
For 25, it doesn't need it for 30 or 35, of course.
so even
So
if we
we've
got,
got 3 hill crests that are similar, Bluebird, that driveway location, and then we've got one at, let's see. Well, I think. Just printed off the list, I don't have that with me, but, there's another location that's a similar hill crest that's, would be good, about 25 miles an hour. We've got 3. The Arthur Hills, with 30 mile an hour speed limit, let alone 35, and then we've got 2 other hill crests closer to Royal Road that are,
is the driveway one of the issues? Because I don't know that, I mean, I don't know how we, somebody puts a driveway in a bad spot, I don't know how that we can adjust the speed limit and take care of the road.
well, we've done other locations where we've, hill blocks new, even, driveways are closed to help, reduce the speeds for, I mean, even a male Jeep sitting there, it's gonna be sitting out in the road, not visible to a fast moving car on the hill, so.
I guess that's why I was just asking if that satisfies it with the 25 and meet that side distance of just doing that type of installation versus changing the whole road. If that means, if once you put the warning sign in with 25 mile per hour and it satisfies that side distance issue, doesn't that kind of really remedy the issue, the side distance issue? We're never gonna control the speed.
Well, I mean, this is, I see this being similar to the Harrell Road, where it was 35 miles an hour, and we had multiple locations with sight distance issues. And, we lowered that from 35 to 30. We just got the similar
But we didn't go out and put up
topography.
a bunch of.
Side distance issues, are you talking about driveways again?
Oh, we did the intersections.
Yeah, the intersection, but not the hill blocks view signs.
That's one we've been using on places like Elrin, or not Elrin, Eller and Garrison Chapel.
Which, yeah, and I completely agree with the intersection. Some of these, I think we're setting ourselves up to, that if we're gonna start doing this for driveways, we're gonna be putting them in everywhere. Intersections, I completely understand, but to me, we're gonna be installing this type of sign on every hilly road we've got, because we have driveways that have sight distance issues everywhere. We don't have a budget to sustain that.
I don't.
And I guess I'm just looking at the point at that we're doing the hill at this location. Having a physical road, all the lines on the road.
Did we look at, say, if moving the driveway was an option to help that?
The church to the north, I don't think that would probably be an option. I'm gonna have to cut across this whole yard and over, so. It would require an easement on their part. But it's not only the 3558 driveway, there's one adjacent to it as well.
Exactly, they're all over the place.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And I don't
Oh, this is one driveway that's got a crash, one crash.
and I guarantee that road was there before the driveway was there.
Pardon?
I bet the road was there before the driveway was there.
Oh, sure.
Well, on your question about speed, obviously people get over the speed limit is there any data suggest that's a buffer, that if it's 35, they're gonna go faster from 35 down to 30, then, they might move from 40 down to 35.
I wouldn't have that data, but
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't.
I
That
think
seems
they're
to be-
gonna speed, they're gonna, I don't know that it's
I don't know.
miles per hour thing, they just go faster.
I mean,
wouldn't say.
I don't have a problem with the speed limit. I have a problem with trying to, park driveways. Yeah. And how are we gonna take, once we take on all the driveway issues,
But you don't have a problem putting warning signs with Bluebird. 25.
that's a county intersection, right, a county roadway, and whatever we can put up there to help that, I'm all for it. But, at this point now, and if if the hill's a problem, I'm okay with taking care of a hill situation.
Well, it wouldn't be unique. I
But
mean,
I'm hearing side distance.
we've got intermediate hills on Monroe Road that has hill blocks view, we've got some on Dillman.
And like I
And they're
said,
not at an intersection, but they're
And I get
advising
that.
because there's limited sight distance.
but slowing down a whole road because somebody put a driveway in a bad location. That's the part, that's, like I said, I don't have a problem with the hill block sign, but as far as going, hey, we've got 4 sight distances on this road and only one of them's at an intersection, the rest of them are driveways that may have been put in not permitted. Maybe it's, I know by law, we have to give them access to a piece of property. Now, whether they take that access, that's up to them. It's not required that they take that lot and build a house there.
So what do we, I'm gonna try to summarize this a little bit. Sounds like on Paul's recommendations, there's kind of a consensus view that number 1 and number 2 are okay. Is that what we're saying?
Oh, yeah, recommendations.
Yeah, look at Paul's recommendations.
1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3.
Well, I think 2 is the one that's the
Two.
questioning for the
Two is the
driveway.
one that's questioning because we're installing it for a driveway, a private driveway.
And like I said, I don't have a problem with the hill block view sign because the hill there, we got mailmen inside. I get that. As long as we're not posting a speed limit because there's some silly driveway locations along a section of road.
No, the speed limit's for the fact that the road doesn't even meet or barely meets a 25-mile-an-hour design speed for the hill crest. And it definitely doesn't meet 30, but that's our lowest speed limit we can go, and it definitely doesn't meet 35-mile-an-hour design speed. So, I mean, you could have not just for driveways, but you could have a stalled vehicle, garbage truck was hiding over the top of the hill at Bluebird. And a guy popped over the hill and had to use the ditch.
Like I said, I get that.
We couldn't see the
I understand.
garbage truck. It doesn't have to
I'm all
be
with all that.
necessarily a driveway, but it could be anything, stalled vehicle, pedestrian, you name it, and it's tough to see over these hills.
I'm with all that. I just, like I said, I don't know. Intersections, I get county intersections. I don't know what's the test for driveway issues, especially since if the property owner hasn't done anything on their part to improve.
And these requests don't come up very often. I mean,
Well,
we
if you
try
start
to
putting signs out there for hidden driveways, they're gonna come up all the time.
never done a hidden driveway.
We're referencing a driveway.
What's that?
It's just because we don't do
We're
hidden
referencing
driveway.
A hill
signs.
blocks view is,
is for 3558 Monroe Road.
but it's because of the roadway geometry.
So we need to word it that if we're gonna do the hill blocks view, it's with a crest, not because of a driveway.
Is the property owner able to put up a hidden driveway sign outside of their own right of
Oh,
way?
outside of the right of way if they
Yeah.
wanted to.
But you might see it once you get back up to
Mhm.
And I guess that's why we've always stayed away from hidden driveways. And I guess
Mhm.
maybe I'm looking at it wrong, that I see this as just replacing a hidden
Mhm.
driveway sign.
Yeah.
Because we would have hidden driveway signs everywhere, and then it would take away from the attention of speed limit signs, side road signs, because we're getting multiple different types of signs. Really, the only time we ever installed them is if we created that site distance issue by a road reconstruction.
Right.
But
I'll see if he has.
But
any
that's just,
additional
that's, I'm
comments.
just, so.
If the only reason to stop on that hill is the mailbox and the garbage that's set out there at that
Well,
residence.
it could be anything, you know, any type of use. I mean, these still are sharp. If you're not doing right at 25, you don't have the room to stop if there's something in the road, so. That's why I recommend trying to lower the speed limit to give people a better chance of detecting something before they strike it. They'll be able to stop.
Josh, do you have any other comments you'd like to make? Josh?
Yep, I'm still here. All I would say is I think that anything that could be done to slow or warn traffic about the intersection would be useful. I don't have a thought on the driveway issue.
If, what is our warrants for a hill? Oh, geez.
Oh, it doesn't.
It's
need
just
that.
engineered, yeah, just if we think it'll help.
If the speed limit's 35 and you don't have stopping sight distance for 35, you should have some type of warning. Typically within the 5 mile an hour range. So for an advisory speed, I mean, if it's, okay, let's say, what's a 10 mile an hour, for instance, you should have an advisory speed with your still block speed sign. But if it's a 5 mile an hour differential, you should have probably a warning sign.
Why are we slowing you down?
Yeah.
I'm all for the intersection. If you feel you need to lower it to 30, I'll support it. But not for starting to install for driveways.
So what would be your motion in this case, if that's what you're saying, Lisa?
Are we gonna do a motion on all four?
We're doing
Well,
together.
we've got Paul's recommendations. So now it's up to the board to decide if they've got a counter to that, or we want to vote on his, or want to change it. What do you want?
I think Lisa made a good point about the speed limit. I just think adding the 25 miles per hour at all these dangerous areas covers that.
And I think Paul spoke up to me rethink that too, with the stopping sight distance and the speed of the road and the 25 mile per hour. So I could support what he said.
I like Rick's comment by, you put it at 30, they're gonna go 35. Put it at 35, they're gonna go 40, so.
Yeah. I'm better with.
Isn't that the rule?
Well, if
You
there's-
get 5 per mile per hour.
You get 5, right?
You get, yeah, the Walmart pricing,
Yeah,
9.95,
you get 5.
they're going 20.
For myself, I've always thought the speed advisory plaques are more effective than
Uh-huh.
speed limit signs.
Well,
I
aren't
agree.
there about
It
three
tells
each
me
on-
there's something there.
Absolutely.
Three big ones.
So, I mean, why don't we put at each of those 3 peaks where, because as you go on that road.
We can certainly do that to be consistent.
Yeah, I mean, as opposed to doing it for the driveway, you're hitting the 3 peaks on it.
Correct. Yeah, those are the 3 that concern me the most there.
And as you point out, if we had the ability to do so, we might want to make the speed limit 25 for the whole road.
Just how we can't,
But we
by
don't have the
statute.
ability. Right.
by
that's-
statute, the lowest we can go is 30.
And I just don't wanna put a whole bunch of signs out. I mean, and granted, it's just,
Well,
it's very costly.
Snotty Road
And a
is
lot of
kind of like
driveways.
the back, southern bypass.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's the stair road.
You go across the road
Is-
up there and to get around town on the bottom edge, so there's a lot of traffic going that way.
Speaking to the number of signs, is the cross traffic does not stop sign a necessity? Cause it seems like
I was gonna ask that.
not the issue with the
It's not
people
people
coming out
coming out.
don't know, it's that it's just,
I was thinking the same thing, cause it's a subdivision road.
Right.
Sometimes, I agree, there's other places we've done that in
Mhm.
intersections. This is a subdivision road coming out of a subdivision onto it. And to me, and there's no crashes, that you could eliminate that.
My experience living on that street is that that sign would not be helpful.
Thank you. So I'll make a motion to approve Paul's recommendation minus the stop, cross traffic doesn't stop sign.
Okay. So the three-way stop, that would be a.
Oh, is that in there too?
Well, he-
That's number 4.
well, he says that it's
Not-
not recommended.
He's not
Yeah.
recommending that.
Okay.
So he's going with Paul's,
I'm going with what Paul said.
eliminating number 1.
Minus the cross traffic.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a motion to approve Paul's recommendations. Number 1 would be without the cross traffic does not stop sign, right?
With the block speed.
The rest of the number 1's still in there, though. Number 2 stays like it is. Number 3 stays like it is, right, Toby? in your
Yep.
Motion. And number 4 is not recommended this time anyway.
Yep.
Okay. So everybody understand what the motion is?
I'll second it.
And there's a second. Further discussion.
I'm sorry, who was the first and who was the second?
Toby,
Toby made the motion.
Toby and Reed.
Reed, yes.
Okay.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Uh,
Opposed? Say nay. Nobody said nay. Thank you, Josh. That's what we'll get done.
Thank you all very much.
find the new bird of happiness.
Good discussion on that. Item C has been tabled because the person was not able to be here today.
Do we need to have a preparatory discussion for what's in currency?
Could you-
Put it under other discussion.
I mean, I wouldn't mind, you know, and my understanding is just that she's wanting some very specific signs which are not a part of the rules. And so that would just be it, and hey, whatever sign would go up, and that would be one of the ones that's available from the.
The issue is she has already ordered and she already has these signs. And she claims that she got permission from somebody from the highway department. She does not know who she talked to. I called, she did not
Stop
talk
the
call.
truck or
She didn't
something.
need me.
The way it sounds, she just called the highway general line, and we have different dispatchers that work those lines. If our regular dispatcher's off, he knows our protocol to send any sign request to traffic commission. But sometimes we have a truck driver sitting there to answer the phone.
And I don't think that
That breaks the
person would
rules.
give that.
I don't think that that person would give that information that, yes, go ahead and what I've gone a few emails back and forth. And she stated that they told her, go ahead and purchase these signs and we will install them for you. I don't think anybody that works out in our fields would know to say that. That only,
Not even a sign guy.
no. I have even checked with our sign department. Nobody has talked to anybody.
Well, if you don't have it in writing,
mhm.
So I even tried to get the time, the date, when this happened, anything. And I haven't been able to get
Well-
that information.
I don't know. I mean, even if a stray person on the phone could say yes to it, would that change the rules?
No,
Hmm.
it would not change the rules.
Sorry.
If she wanted to mount them to her mailbox post or whatever, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but,
If she wants to put them outside of the right of way, we wouldn't have a problem with it.
Well, you know, maybe that's what somebody said to her. Well, of course, I guess they would heard she's back here. Instead of bringing it for us to move.
That's the information I looked up.
What is it? Oh, this
Oh,
pertains to this thing you're talking about.
Does the situation warrant a sign that's on the approved list?
That's my
I
research.
don't know if we've ever
That's
done
my research.
You, well done, thank you.
I've never seen this.
Well, not these signs,
Yeah.
but.
Is there something out there to
Yeah,
warrant
is-
this type of sign?
Yeah, and if there was, I mean, if we approved it, then the county would buy the sign.
We put up a horse
So. The fact that she
before,
spent
haven't
money. because-
like
If there was a
on Wayport,
crossing,
when there's some horse crossing.
one got stolen,
Oh, well,
put it back up.
When I,
but it wasn't like this, it was just a
One of-
horse.
The state put it up, as part of the Wayport.
and I searched the minutes and the only thing I found is on the last page and that was in 2017, we did the horse and buggy.
Horse and buggy.
County building. Okay.
What would be the chances of telling this lady that
She wants her day in court.
Oh, she wouldn't be happy that
Oh,
we
no.
did the meeting without her.
Oh, no.
well,
No.
we're gonna table it. But, I was thinking about offering her the opportunity to put the signs up on private property if she wants to, we wouldn't stop her.
Yeah, and I stressed to that in emails, but
That didn't fly either. Okay,
didn't.
okay.
No.
We'll talk about it at the next meeting, I guess, right?
Sounds good.
She talked.
Any other
Did you buy
discussion?
both of these signs?
Yes.
You want to get some too?
Yeah, I think it's big.
We
No,
actually
but
got
I
three.
would- But I mean, maybe it's not an issue, but being a county road and no sidewalks, I would think that it would be dangerous for the county to even put something up saying.
Well, that's what I,
Watch,
that's
watch
what I
for.
kind of saw it as, that you're promoting people to walk in the street
Right,
or in the
Yeah.
along the county road.
yeah.
And that's really,
Both
they
of
don't
them are
put
doing
children
that.
at play or anything out there anymore. So,
People walking or people with walkers.
Yeah.
Anything else to discuss today? I would tell you that our next meeting is May 16th. Do we have a motion?
Do we have to have a vote on the table since how she asked us to table? Okay. We just had others, so I thought I'd ask. Okay.
Do we have a motion to adjourn?
yep.
Yes.
Yes, and a second. I think it's unanimous. I mean,
Nay.
Quarter off.
3:07.
Oh, this lady's been into the office, shower.
The table?
This lady, yeah, she was getting into it stormwater.
Are you kidding? So it's gonna be a
Her and I-
lively meeting.
Her and I went back and forth and I just was like, I'm done.
I mean, I
You
thought,
come to traffic commission, I'm done arguing with you.
This may be a meeting I'll have to miss.
I thought.
Oh,
I'm
I
I am off on that May 16th.
Well, we'll move this to June.
Yeah, we'll have Ginger run it.
Seriously,
Did you really?
yeah, I was about to go up there to, you know, kind of
Lisa?
get away because.
See you all later.
Eat it.
Bye, Joe.
Do you want me to keep that discussion out of the minutes or
What?
about the discussion we just had about the, yeah, the tabled item?
I don't think anybody said anything bad. I mean, and it's funny you brought that up too, because they do not want verbatim traffic commission or.
And I haven't been doing
No,
verbatim.
you haven't.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying,
Who
you know,
does
so
that?
I was at another meeting and they were like, we don't want verbatim. They can go back and listen to meetings, but listen, reading
That's
verbatim,
good, but that's.
reading
surprising
verbatim.
me.
Minutes are terrible.
So
Try
under
it.
commissioners.
So I could put something like
I forget.
brief
which meeting
discussion regarding.
Well, you should look back in
There
the
was-
1990s.
I know.
It says, after brief discussion, we
Oh.
decided this.
It was MPO.
Okay.
It was MPO.
That's typical for Robert Rules.
Commissioners don't have to do it either, because I know
I don't
they
think
used
this
to
is
be.
verbatim.
I know, it used to be.
I don't think so.
That's
It's not
awesome,
a
though.
legal transcript.
Huh?
It's not a legal transcript, is it?
Well, I mean, they do say it's supposed to be done according to Robert's Rule of Order and Robert's Rule of Order would be done.
You don't have,
record every word said, you know.
there you go, and that's what. they're supposed to
You
follow.
approve it or ask for changes on the next meeting, so.
Discretion of who's.
I'll tell you, one of the guys.
It's already adjourned.
Oh.
Well, it's, you know, you're supposed to have it.
Are you leaving that meeting, Ginger, so she can get up there?
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
I'll take that.